Hello, good morning. I hope we're all doing very well. We're moving on to game week 21. We didn't play in midweek. Don't know why actually, but for some reason we didn't have our rearranged fixture with Millwall in there. We put it in December instead. I'm guessing maybe because we're playing Friday, but then Birmingham only played on Tuesday as well. So we could have had Sunderland v Millwall on the Tuesday night. But it's all good. Our team got a bit extra rest, which is fantastic. Hopefully we're going into the game nice and fresh, as well as in thinking in their heads that they are getting a little break, and I think they're going to Dubai actually for a little training session for a week or so. I don't know, a little holiday for them, which they don't normally have, which is fantastic. And hopefully they can freshen up and feel good when we return. I don't know who we've got when we return, but yeah, hopefully feel good when we return. We're going to start today with Bristol City versus Watford. And like I said, I'm going to go through the relatively quickly, and then we'll do a bit more in detail of the Sunderland game, which is on Friday night against Birmingham, which I'm going to. So we'll see a vlog sometime, as it's a night game. I don't know how late it will come out, but it'll be out either in that evening, but very late, either like 1 in the morning or something, or it will be in the next morning on the Saturday. But yeah, let's move on. Bristol City versus Watford. I think this will be Bristol City 0, Watford 1. Then we've got Cardiff versus Sheffield United. Sheffield United really need a win for this one to maintain or keep going on that top spot, which Burnley have currently. I think it could be Cardiff 1, Sheffield United 2. Then we've got Coventry versus QPR, and Coventry are starting to climb up that table. Now they've come off the bottom and they're starting to get their game in hands under control, and yeah, I mean, they're looking quite good, to be perfectly honest. I think this will be Coventry 2, QPR 0. Then we have Huddersfield versus Swansea. Huddersfield have climbed a bit up the table. I think they've had a few good results lately since losing to us. And they're not bottom. It's actually, no, they have gone back bottom. Sorry, West Brom did get a good win the other day, which climbed them back off the bottom. But yeah, continuously changing. Like I said, it's the championship. You could win. We're down in 17th, and you could win, and then suddenly go all up to 12th, or you could lose and drop back down like the 20th mark. So yeah, very close still currently in the season. But I think they will lose this one. Huddersfield 0, Swansea 2. Then we have Hull versus Reading. And again, Hull are picking up a few good results lately. Actually, I think in midweek, a lot of the teams that were lower down actually beat a lot of the teams that were higher up. And the table kind of shifted a little bit. And because we didn't play, it meant that we have actually dropped down, like I said, the 17th place. So I actually think Hull are going to beat Reading. I think it's going to be Hull 2, Reading 1. And after that, we have Luton versus Rotherham. And Luton are doing very well, to be perfectly honest, and I think it's going to be Luton 2, Rotherham 1. Got lots of 2-1s actually in my prediction, so we'll see how that goes. Then we've got Norwich versus Middlesbrough, and again Norwich have a few rough fixtures coming up. I think well, they've had a few rough fixtures, results, and they haven't been doing too well. They were like flying right out the top, but yeah, lately they've had a few rough ones, like the last 5 games or so. I think this will be Norwich 3 though, Middlesbrough 0. They really need that win, climb back up the table and fight for that promotion back to the Premier League. Then we've got Preston versus Millwall. I think this will be a draw. Preston 1, Millwall 1. Like I said, both kind of mid-table teams. And West Brom versus Stoke. I'm pretty either Huddersfield or West Brom that are at the bottom. Not too sure which one it is, but one of them are the bottom, one of them just a little bit above them. But I do think they definitely need this win. They're against Stoke, obviously, quite kind of rival. I don't know if it's actually a proper like rivalry or so, but Stoke's not too far away from West Brom. But they really need this win. West Brom 1, Stoke 0. Then Wigan versus Blackpool. Take a draw for this one. Wigan 2, Blackpool 2. Then Burnley versus Blackburn. And I just can't see, but I mean, I know they got smashed by Sheffield United in the end, and it ended up being Sheffield United 5, Burnley 2 or whatever. But they need to win now. They need to just battle in between them. They just have to push for that win, especially against Blackburn, which are a very good team. So it won't be an easy game. So I'm going to go Burnley 2, Blackburn 1. Then lastly, we've got Birmingham versus Sunderland. Like I said, I'm there tomorrow night at St Andrews. I think it's an 8 o'clock kickoff, so it's going to be a long old day, but it'll take about 3 hours or so to get up there nice and early, and get back very early in the morning again. But we have played Birmingham 120 times. We have won 53, we've drawn 24, and we've lost 43 of those. So we are a bit more on top in terms of the win and loss ratio, and the draws obviously right in the middle there. We last played him in 2018, in the time when we went down from the Championship to League One, so a bit of an unforgettable well, it's an unforgettable year, mainly because you can watch it on Netflix whenever you want to, or in Sunderland Till I Die, and you see that we lost 3-1, but it's forgettable for us because we don't remember that. And even though I've watched Sunderland Till I Die like 3 times because I just enjoy watching it, wasn't the best. We didn't show the best of us, really. It showed the worst area. They couldn't have possibly filmed a series about Sunderland in the worst possible time. I'm assuming when they first thought of it, they were thinking that they were going to record us going straight back up to the Premier League again or something like that. But it definitely didn't show the best light of Sunderland, the fans, how frustrated we were, everything that was going on, the shit show at the club. So it didn't show the best part of that. But yeah, you can watch it. You can see that we were Birmingham 3, Sunderland 1. And Brian Oviedo got a late consolation goal, and he'll be at the World Cup. Brian Oviedo. I'll be following Costa Rica as well, because we'll have Brian Oviedo and Jurison Bennett there fighting for the Costa Ricans. So I will be following them as well as England. Like I am wearing a Brazilian top today. Like I've got the Gremio one, but Chapecoense are always the top dogs for me for Brazil, especially after what happened. I just had to get the top. Had it quite a while, to be fair for us. And then players that have played for both teams, so I'm going to add that into things as well, try and have a look and see players that have played for both Birmingham and Sunderland. And I remember going to an away game, one of the first away games that I went with my mate. So I used to go with my dad quite a lot, but the first ones that I travelled up on the train with my friend and we went and saw was the Premier League. I think we lost, I think it was 2-1 or 2-0 to Birmingham, and Craig Gardner and Seb Larsson were both playing for Birmingham, and Seb Larsson scored a free kick, and I thought he was fantastic. And a couple of seasons later, we ended up buying him, and with Craig Gardner as well, which are very good players. And Seb Larsson, I don't know what, I think Craig Gardner maybe have retired, I'm not too sure actually, but Seb Larsson's still playing. I think he's in the Belgian league. I just saw actually got like a special card on FIFA that actually came out in the update yesterday, so if you want to get ex-Premier League and Sunderland players, you can get him. But yeah, actually maybe he's playing in the Swedish league now. I'm not too sure. Lee Cattermole went to Belgium actually. Maybe he's playing in a Swedish league, like I said, that's where he's from. But yeah, so we have Craig Gardner, Seb Larsson, Stephen Caldwell, so going back a bit, Kevin Phillips, obviously, that played for Birmingham, Nicholas Bentner, the Lord Bentner, he played for both too, and Timu Tanio, which I really like, because I like the little twang of the name Timu Tanio. I don't think it was incredible, but yeah, little twang there. But I think this one will be Birmingham 1, Sunderland 1, and I think we should go away quite happy with that draw, to be perfectly honest. We can't finish with a loss. That would be terrible, because like I said, we're 17th now, and with the other results as well, if they go against us, we could easily finish, I think, on 20th down on that break, which is not amazing, just above the relegation zone to finish the little gap. Although, hopefully, like I said, it's the last game until Roger is back, and we may even start Ellis Sims at the weekend, but I think we were without a few players as well, which is not ideal too, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, Birmingham 1, Sunderland 1. Hopefully we can get a win, but I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, and I think that'll be a good one. Hope everyone has a good day. I'll see you very soon. Fuck the Max.